Yo, what's up guys? It's SnapBeastie, and today I'm going to be telling you guys why Roadhog, right? Why he's currently the best tank, and probably one of the best characters in this meta right now, if not the best character. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So for those of you who didn't know, Hog received a buff on the live servers, and initially he received an extra bullet from 5 to 6 bullets. Each individual like pellet did like from 6 to 7 more damage, and keep in mind he has a shotgun, so there's like multiple pellets, right? So there's that, right? So a damage increase, but additionally, like he fires slowly, so it's kind of similar to old Roadhog that way. But watch this, like his pull. Oh wait, no, I didn't do that one. But his pull is so much more lenient than it used to be. So it is similar to old Roadhog in that sense, and eventually Blizzard did reduce or like very fast actually. Blizzard did reduce the amount of ammo he had from 6 to 5, back where it originally was. But he can still like one shot body shot someone with like hook. So let me show you. Right, like it's very easy to do if you hit the hook. It's essentially like if you get hooked as a 200 HP target, which most characters in the game are. It's like you can't finesse your way out. So yeah, like well, I kind of that in and of itself was a reason that like you can't kind of like escape his hooks, right? But yeah, I'll just like state the reasons in order now. So I guess that'll be number one. Like you you can punish people super easily. So if you get hooked, like you're gonna die, right? And if you don't get hooked, the threat of being hooked is so great that it can prevent an individual or even a team from entering a certain area. Now someone may say, oh, Junkrat had that, right? Or Junkrat has that, as he can like spam through like a single area and people like can't go there. However, his grenades don't one-shot people, right? His grenades only do a set amount of damage, and you can't really be accurate with them. And grenades, those his pipes don't stun people. Like they only like damage them, and since they're a slow projectile, they're easy to avoid. Whereas like Hog's hook, right? Oh, I missed that one. Whereas Hog's hook, it's like it's fast, and like you can't really react to it. You kind of have to predict it. So due to that, like you need to avoid areas so often, and if there's like a good aggressive Roadhog player, then I mean your team has to like mirror it, or your team's gonna be at a disadvantage. So second thing is that Hog is 600 HP, right? No armor, but 600 HP. And he has a self-heal, and his self-heal reduces the damage done on him. I'm not sure exactly by how much, but I know it does reduce the damage. I believe it's like, it might actually be 50%, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. It's like, it reduces the amount of damage on the Roadhog, and makes it so that not only is he healing himself, but he's also like reducing the amount of damage that he takes, on top of having an extremely large health pool. Like someone could say, oh, ball has armor and whatnot. Like why don't people say like you can't kill a ball? And people do say that, right? Because he has adaptive shield, which the amount of shields fluctuate based on how many people are there. And when he has like 1200 HP, obviously it's hard to kill him. And since you don't get all charge off shield, that doesn't help. But that's kind of going on a tangent. It's like you're a DPS, right? With essentially with like high health, a self heal, and like a long range CC that pulls up an enemy towards, or an individual towards you. And there's very little counters to it now, right? Other than just mirroring it. And that's like what an overpowered character like has. Like you can only counter it by mirroring it. That's why people say Widowmaker is overpowered. Like sure you can run like a Hanzo and sometimes kill the Widow, right? But ultimately, Widowmaker is a character that like if there's a good Widow and you don't mirror it, or you can't like beat that Widow, then there's a very high chance that your team won't win the game. And if you are the better Widow, then there's a high chance that your team will win the game, right? Personally, like as a Widow player, like I think she involves skill, but she is like broken. But I do still play her. Like she is fun to play, in my eyes. But yeah, I don't know. It's like you can't really rework her. You kind of have to like remove her from the game for her to not be broken anymore. But Roadhog, right? If they reverted him back to where he was before the buff, right? I think he would be perfectly fine. Like I think actually something that might be good is maybe I don't know. This is just an idea, but like maybe like reduce his health pool to 500, but like increase his damage by a bullet, right? Or make it so that like he has like less self heal, so that way he needs to be more aware of his positioning when trying to kill targets. So we can't just like go in there, you know, like kill people and then like E out, because the only way you can really counter E is by like Hog's heal is by CCing it, right? And if he's out of your range, where generally like his hook distance is, then you can't CC him. There's no like long range. There are very few long range stunts in Overwatch. You can like boop him, yeah, sure, but that's not gonna do anything. Like unless you boop him off the map, which is very situational. So additionally, you farm because you deal more damage overall because of like his pellets. It's like you build whole hog so much faster. So if you are a hog, right, and you can escape, if you're a hog and your team's enabling you and you're about to die, but you have resources put into you, then you just whole hog and like people can't kill you, right? And like after the whole hog, like you have your cooldowns, right? Or if you have your cooldowns, then you can just like kill people for free. Like it's so you can't counter it unless like an entire team focuses on that one Roadhog, and then even then there might be another person on the Roadhog's team that's popping off that the team can't counter simultaneously. So it's like it's too much value. Like Roadhog gets too much value for the skill that he's worth. I think that's another thing, and that's not like and that's just like an overall thing, right? It's like characters like can't get easy characters can't get more value than difficult characters, right? Like and that's something that like I believe like it was said by Samito, right? Samito FPS. He's a Flex DPS player. Go check him out. But yeah, like he like I believe what he said, because like look at Brig meta, right? Like Brig is when Brig was like completely busted, right? Both when she had like her 500 HP shield and like before her recent nerf, it's like she was so easy to play, but she got so much value, right? And Blizzard does that intentionally, like to make players or to make players that don't have as much skill have fun on those characters, right? But the problem is that if good players get a hand or get their hands on those characters, then there's almost no counterplay, regardless, right? There's even less counterplay, because they'll make so little mistakes on a character that already forgives you for mistakes, right? And I don't think Roadhog is as bad of a case as Brigitte. Like I'd rather have this hog meta than Brig meta easily, but at the same time, it's not fun just to have to like constantly like have to hide from a 600 HP tank that's just flanking in your backline, has a heal, a hook, and like can one-shot you, right? And then again, someone might be able to say, oh well, Widow can one-shot you from across the map without fall-off damage, right? That's true, and that's why again people say that Widow's broken. I keep bringing this up because of the one-shot aspect, right? But the thing is, Widowmaker involves skill. Like she involves mechanical skill. Like sure, Overwatch is a MOBA game with like shields and whatnot partly, right? But at least like as Widow, it's not like brain dead value, right? It's not like your body shot one-shotting them. At least you need to have mechanical prowess to be able to hit your shots. But and that's why like Widow mains with like good aim like climb rank, because Widow is such a strong character for people that can aim well. Right? Like she's broken in that aspect. But with Hog, it's like you don't like you one-shot them so easily and so consistently. You have more HP than Widow does. And, though you don't have an escape, I will say that Hog does not have an escape. He makes up for that by having healing, like his whole hog and his hook, on top of having extremely high damage. Like shields can't counter hog, right? People initially thought that hog sigma might have been the meta because like you can kind of like block up hooks, right? Some people thought that, but it's like you run a Zarya, you bubble anyone who gets hooked. The Zarya gets charged. The hog plays like a main tank, as in like they walk forward and then the Zarya goes with them, still being an off tank. So not only can hog have area denial like an off tank, but they can be a main tank in the sense that they just like walk forward, right? Like a Reinhardt can, better than a Reinhardt can, because a Rein has a shield, right? If you crack the shield, the Rein can't really damage you. You just like stay out of LOS of his hammer, right? Like his like hold on, like let's say you're Rein, right? Like you're walking forward like with your team, right? Like if someone's running away from you, like let's say they're here, right? And like you're chasing them as Rein, it's like you can't. It's like they're gonna keep running, right? And then they'll have resources from your team, and then like you'll feed and whatever, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's just for such a hog like before the nerf, right? Or before the buff, sorry. Like he did involve like a little bit of skill, right? But now since he's so like strong, right? And you can just one-shot people like so reliably, like every time. Like sorry, can't speak. In addition to the fact that he has 600 HP and a self-heal with damage reduction ability, it's like all of those things added together, it makes him overpowered. And no other tank can do that. No other tank right now, at least, right? Like he does too much for the skill that he requires, and he's not fun to play against because you just get one shot and you can't do anything because he's 600 HP. Like someone may argue like, you know, oh, you can go on and try to like, you know, like anti him, right? But that only goes so far if the hog is close to his team. If the hog is close to his team, then he can receive a Zarya bubble, which cleanses him from the anti. He can get healing from his supports, right? And again, like if it's like a good player, like or like a somewhat like competent player playing Roadhog, it's like it'll be the equivalent of like a really good player on a harder character. You know what I mean? It's like, how do I explain this? It's like, since Roadhog requires less skill, like a little bit of skill goes a long way, right? But if someone's playing like a more difficult character, like a little bit of skill doesn't go as far. So having being able to like hit your hooks, hit your shots, you know, position decently, like that's something you need on like almost all characters in the game, right? But as Hog, if you have that, like you just like pop off, right? And other characters like not so much. Like you don't need, like on Genji, right? Like you don't only need to position decently, but you need to position like well, right? You need to be like extremely skilled mechanically to be able to like hit your shurikens, right? You need to get good value off your deflex. You need to build your blade, right? And oftentimes when you blade, it just gets like out healed, right? Like outshined and by other ultimates, you just get bodied. Or like there's a Roadhog and he does this and then like hooks you and then you die. And if he doesn't finish you off, then you'll be close to his team and then you just get one shot anyway. So, you know, don't get me wrong, right? Like I like this meta because I wasn't, to an extent, because I wasn't a big fan of double shield, but like the fact that like Roadhog dominates the meta to this degree, it's like it's so annoying. And as a DPS player, right? Sorry, my voice cracked. As a DPS player, there are very few characters that are effective currently that can counter Roadhog, right? Like some people are, like Echo's like okay at the moment, right? But it's like if there's a good hit scan player, if there's a good Widow player, since there's no shields, right? So people are playing a lot of Widowmaker, or since the meta is like Hog Zarya, like you can't like run Echo and do it effectively, like reliably, right? Unless you're good at Echo. And like even then it's risky. Like Reaper, he doesn't have as much strength anymore, which is good, right? That's what, like, it's good that Reaper's not strong, don't get me wrong, but like you can't counter Roadhog as him anymore. It's like sure you can like stun him as Doom, but then like you feed, get hooked, blah blah blah. Like you can't one shot him as Widow. Somber, you can hack Roadhog, but he'll just like be by his team anyway, and that's if your entire team focuses the Roadhog, right? Like you need, and Leslie, why he's OP. This is a good transition. You need to focus all your resources into him to be able to kill him effectively. Most often, right? It's not like you as a Genji can for example, right? Can 1v1 a Roadhog, like that just doesn't happen. It's like the most reliable character to counter Roadhog right now by far is Roadhog. Like if you're better than the other Roadhog, then most of the time you'll kill him. So I don't know, guys. I think I'm glad Blizzard's switching up the meta in a regard, but it's like I don't think this is the route that's healthy for the game. Just because, you know, like you just one shot people like so easily as Hog. It's dumb. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Overall, like this is just my opinion. If you guys don't believe it, tell me. If you guys do, you know, believe what I say, then leave that down in the comments as well. Alright guys, please leave a like and subscribe if you all enjoyed. And yeah, take care. I love you all. Thank you for watching. And additional thing, real quick, I said a while back that I was gonna make a Q&A, like answering your guys' questions, or answering your questions, but I haven't got around to it because I haven't received a ton of questions. So once I receive a sufficient amount of questions, maybe like let's make like 10 the minimum, right? I have like 2 so far, so 8 more questions. If I can receive 8 more questions, the Q&A video will be coming out as soon as possible. So yeah guys, I really hope you all enjoyed. Take care, love you all, peace out. Have a great day, stay safe.